learning goal for this video is to analyse David Mamet's 13 tips on stagecraft for actors. Now, my knowledge of acting is very limited, so I've enlisted the help of my mate Steve, who is an accomplished and successful actor. Steve, can you tell us David Mamet's 13 commandments of stagecraft?
Okay, I can. And the book to read, if you really want to read a good one, is called True and False by David Mamet. And bear in mind that I broke most of these rules, which is probably why I never got beyond co-op theatre. Okay, number 1, always gesture with your upstage hand. This one opens towards the audience. This one opens towards the audience. It's it's a basic thing, but you often get directors saying you're hand acting. Like if you're moving your hands all the time, then a hand gesture becomes nothing, especially if it's blocking your face to the audience. So that's a good one. Number 2, never stand either parallel or perpendicular to the downstage lip, as this renders the body dead and flat-footed. Rich is going to have to explain that one to me because I was never good at geometry. No, it's just another one about opening yourself up to the audience, and like he says, it's kind of a more powerful way to present yourself, I guess. And this stuff seems like really technical, but little things like this, you see the good actors do all the time, and you think, why does that look so cool? And it's probably because they're doing these little things really well.
Well, to take it back to the rugby analogy, look, it's just doing all the simple things well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And you look at the great rugby players, and they just do them well.
Yep. And it's so part of their mechanics they don't even have to think about it.
Yes.
So that's why you drum these things in. Number 3, stand at an angle. Diagonals are powerful, so that kind of runs on nicely from point number 2. Number 4, take the scene off with you. Your scene ends not when you have finished speaking or when you leave the room, but when you're out of sight of the audience. That's perfect. Anyone that sees a crap play will see a person who's just had an argument, leaves in a huff, and then when they're still within line of sight, they're already wiping their forehead or talking to the stage director or something. It just immediately takes the audience out of the play. So that's a simple one, but a good one. Number 5, keep your eyes up. The audience does not want to gaze at your forehead, especially when your forehead's as big as mine. The eyes, being the mirror of the soul, are what the audience came to see. And, that's an awesome tip. It's so easy when you get nervous or something. Like sometimes you do look down at your hands because it's a mechanical, it's a subconscious thing you don't even know you're doing.
Yeah, it really is.
But the brave choice is to keep your eyes up. And if they can, the best actors do it all with their eyes. Number 6, don't gesture or fidget. It's like what we've been talking about. If you do too much of any of that, gestures become meaningless. Number 7, relax. Keep your arms and hands still. Then if you make a gesture sometime in the play, perhaps the audience might pay attention. That's kind of what we're just saying. That's a great one. Number 8, pick up the space. Most actors pause before each line. Why? Nobody pays to see you think. That's awesome. Because a pause can then become a very powerful thing. Yes. Like if you're someone that is talking and talking and talking, then all of a sudden there's a pause, the audience leans forward because that pause means something. And often when you're acting, the reason you pause is because you have got something from the other actor and you've prepared your line, bad acting, and maybe I've done this once or twice. You've said, no, I want to say this line this way, but the other actor has said something to you which has made you feel different. But you pause to forget what they've just given you and go back to what you've practiced, and that's the worst thing ever. Yeah. So what was happening in the scene disappeared in that pause, and you've gone back to what you've practiced in front of the mirror.
Well, silence can be a really powerful dramatic technique. Yep. So if you're pausing before you speak every single time, you're losing that, aren't you?
That's right, completely. Okay, number 9, speak up. That sounds like an obvious one, but it's nothing worse than having great lines of dialogue swallowed because you're nervous or because you're not projecting your voice out. Like the audience has got to hear everything because somewhere a writer has agonized over that line. Number 10, hit the final consonant. Most actors lacking good diction swallow their final consonants and the last 1 or 2 words in a sentence. I'm a bad actor. I don't have to tell anyone that. No, it's the way. It's a good thing to do in real life too, and particularly when you're in America. I've spent a bit of time in America, and the Americans are just the best communicators because every time they finish a thought, they've finished their thought. And that's why they get things done, and they sound so cool sometimes. Not as cool as Aussies.
Obviously.
Obviously not. Number 11, commit yourself to the phrase and you commit yourself to the phrase and you commit yourself to the play. It's a really powerful one too. You got to remember, no one just scribbled this line down. Every thought, what your character says is a thought, and somewhere a writer has agonized and has had his friends around saying, "Do you think he'd say this? Or maybe you should say that." So you've got to commit yourself to every line of dialogue and every thought that produces that line, because that's what the play's about. You can't ever throw anything away unless the stage direction is to do that. Number 12, never walk on a laugh, yours or God forbid someone else's. Maybe.
Yeah. I
don't know.
David Mamet.
No. I think this works, but rules are made to be broken sometimes too.
Absolutely, and that goes for writing as well. We obviously teach all these rules when it comes to writing.
Yep.
Great writers do break them.
Absolutely.
But again, you've just got to be able to justify it.
That's right. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. If the director says, "Why are you moving there?"
Yep.
You've got to be able to say, "Oh no." Sometimes it's because I just felt that was my impulse.
Yeah. Which
is fair enough. But often, if you think back, because you overanalyze things and you can sometimes ruin it as well. But justification is the key. And I'm sure I've watched The Office and I've seen David Brent walk on something funny.
Well, if he's done it,
yeah, that's absolutely right. If Ricky Gervais has done it, it's probably all right. Number 13, finally, never walk on another actor's lines. Well, that's a good one too. Maybe I think for stage, I think that's a 99% rule. But sometimes it's if you can justify it, like walking off when someone else is talking can be a powerful rebuttal.
Yes,
it can be a powerful dismissal. If it's something your character's making a point of doing it.
Yep.
Because if someone does that to you in real life,
yes,
it can enrage you, it can deflate you, and it can give something brilliant to the other actor. The other actor might then pursue you, and something might happen in that scene.
Yes.
But I think as a general rule, that's a good one.
And that's it. A huge thanks to Steve for analysing David Mamet's 13 tips for stagecraft, and for reminding us that it's okay to occasionally break the rules if you can justify it. I think it's really valuable to listen to a professional actor considering the mechanics of what makes for effective acting on stage. So as the orchestra music begins to play, the final thing for me to do is to thank you so much for watching.